Okay, so now let's look at some of the design hacks that I talked about before where you don't need a prompt at all and you literally let AI do the prompting for you. All right, so I'll probably use two elements in this document here. I'm just going to get this up here and use it. Like you'll see how we edit it later so that it fits Bulletproof Coffee. And then I think I'm going to make it an us versus them email as well. So just going to use this top element. And then obviously this block here, this is within Klaviyo. And, you know, you just have to design that, you know, with the right colors and stuff. And then I'm going to use the us versus them here. So I've got a little bit of it here. Let me just scan in here. So I'm just going to screenshot it. All right, let's grab that to there. Okay, then go over to ChatGPT. Plop that in there and say, please give me a prompt for this image so that I can use it as a template. Okay, so that's key. So obviously it's going to give you a good prompt, but then it's also going to make it so you can edit it. So I got one prompt, but the issue is it didn't talk about the dimensions. And ChatGPT is a bit weird like that with dimensions. Like, you know, you try and tell it to do this exact size and sometimes it won't, or it misunderstands the size. So I'm going to do it again and see if we can get a better prompt. Please try again and describe the size and the spacing and everything needed in order to replicate this image for future use with other brands. All right. So just saying, be more specific, basically. So a lot more specific. Here we go. So swap friendly version. What is this? It seems to be doing like multiple prompts here, and I don't really know why. Quick measurements so you can rebuild in Canva. I'm just going to use this detailed one. It didn't like replace everything. So sometimes it was like, make it for skincare, but you know, in other times it gave you a replacement bit. All right, so let's just go through this. And also what I'm going to need to do is get the colors. So I know what colors to use. So I'm just going to put a little block here, duplicate this a few times just so I can grab them easily. And then I'll grab my picker. So this is a great one here. Pick from this page. Let's grab that. So that's copied. And then you just click on this. Change the color, click on that, pop it in there, good. And then let's get another color, so they're real orange. Let's get this, well, that's disappeared, that one. All right, so I grabbed a few colors there, so that means I could just easily go in there and copy it when I need. So let's look at that prompt again. So create a clean e-commerce promotional banner in a minimalist wellness and skincare style. So let's just go like health energetic. I don't know, something like that. It's all about coffee. It's energetic. Canvas 600 pixel wide, 400 tall, 450 tall. That's good. Background solid color, mint green. So let's just go like this. Let's say background color is the orange. Let's try that. No, do you know what? That's too aggressive. Let's grab this color. All right, so just replace that there with a very subtle vertical gradient, slightly darker at the top. Do you know what? I think I am going to go with the orange there. Let's see. Hopefully it's not too aggressive. I'm going to take away slightly because I do want it to really fade. Color deep forest green. All right, so this is a new one. Let's grab this. All right, so now we just got the text, centered text inside the bar. So free shipping on orders. I mean, let's just say, imagine you're doing 30. You know, you could just change this to whatever you want. Let's just say free shipping on all orders. So text, white, all caps, sans serif. We're just going to go with that because grabbing the font could be a bit tricky. Well, you can do it, but it just takes a bit of time. Track and very centered. All right, main content block, user centered column layout aligned, center of the canvas. Make it. Okay, brand name. Let's go like this. Bulletproof. That's actually just their name. It's just bulletproof, isn't it? Use logo attached. So I'm actually just gonna screenshot their logo. Right, so we put that in there. So, you know what? I'll get rid of that because it's going to use the logo. Font size. Okay, very dark. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of all that because it's just using the logo. Okay, we saved these for you. Here we go. We saved this for you because probably people are just buying one thing. Okay, dark gray, green. Let's just see what this to use here. Let's just use this brown. It's amazing how it gets the hex code or the Pantone color, whatever it's called. All right, so here we go. Body copy. Let's just add something else. These are flying off the shelves. So grab yours now before they're gone. Something like that. Okay, and this is for the text. So let's just make this black. Let's get another one there. So here we go. Decorative element, coffee beans. Place realistic coffee beans. Whoops, coffee beans. Cluster in the top right corner. So leave coffee beans. Should slightly overlap on the canvas. Angle, diagonal, blah, blah, blah. All good. Size, approximately, okay. Position about 10, that's all that. Keep the coffee beans subtle and airy. Yeah. Let's say sharp, but not dominating the text. Overall style, blah, 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 modern coffee brand aesthetic, lots of breathing room, no borders, no product, no photos, blah, 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 blah. Okay, good. Let's see what this makes. All right, so there you go. It made that. That's pretty good. You know, you may want to tweak it. You may want to come back and say, oh, edit this, edit that. But, you know, we got the realistic coffee beans. We got nice brown text there and then the black text below. It got the logo pretty good. The free shipping and all orders up there. I think that's pretty good. So obviously you just download this. You could just plop it straight into your abandoned checkout if you want. So let's just show you that. So edit this. Just delete this stuff. I mean, obviously, you know, you build all of this bit by bit. So select image, upload. All right, compressed. That's, ooh, it's still 1 megabyte. You may want to compress it a little bit more. Want to get it down to like a couple hundred K. All right, there you go. I think it's done a pretty good job. I quite like it. Now, of course, you would like put this up here and edit this. So let's just look at this. You just go to the text bit here. I always like to delete all of that. Let's get the color. So this here, let's just put it this orange. That's all right. Item name. And that's good enough for me. Oh, actually, no, let's make it blend. Let's make it blend. So then we'll make this white. Make it white. And then we'll do styles and then block background and then just change it to that. Okay. All right. It doesn't quite fade in. You could get another prompt, you know, make it fade in. Doesn't quite fade in. You know, it probably should fade to darker. You know, you could edit the prompt. But anyway, I think it's not bad. All right. Let's just quickly try and get this now. So, copy that. Us versus them. All right, so now that we've got the prompt, like we it knows what we're trying to do. We don't need to explain, hopefully, too much again. So let's get this screenshot. Now, in the same manner, create a prompt for this image. All right, so it's a huge prompt. Obviously, you'd want to go through this bit by bit, but because we've got the information that we put in before, I'm going to try something else. So now, using the same, let's say, bulletproof coffee website and all the colors I suggested from before, come up with your own fully working prompt to replicate this us versus them image for bulletproof coffee. Right, let's see what that does. So it did it. Obviously, you'd want to check this out, but it's a huge prompt. So I'm just going to try and use it. So let's just see what it did. So I just filled it in. It came up with ideas about, how to do the comparison. It came up with its own styling. Hang on, I copied that too much. So let's just see what it does. So, I mean, obviously, if this works, then it's such a huge time saver by getting AI to just fill in the details. You could even say, like, analyze this other website and compare it and then come up with the us versus them. All right, so there you go. It made it. I think it's pretty good. Like maybe the branding of the coffee bag is not on, but obviously, you could take a bit more time, give it this, download your image, put it in there and say use this image up there. But the point is it's made something that's, just download it and drop it in, and this would normally take a lot of design. I mean, it put the coffee beans up there as well, which maybe you don't want to repeat that, you want to just delete it just for this particular prompt. But let's just see what it looks like. Let's plop that into our email, so hopefully the sizing is all good. Let me see if you could drag it in like that. You used to be able to just drag images in. It doesn't work anymore. All right, so let's just put that there. Select the image. Again, it's probably going to be quite big. Let's see, 1.4 megabytes. All right, it's pretty big. So, you may want to ask ChatGPT to, just tone it down a bit with design or something like that. But there you go. That's pretty good. I mean, clean ingredients, no junk filters, cheap beans, mystery additives. It came up with all of this, and I didn't even have to write it. I just said analyze the site and fill it in. You do it. You fill it in. So, the only thing that's not going to work is this stuff here because it's not on brand. But again, you could just put it in and then maybe take out those coffee beans. The color's a little bit off as well. I'd probably just go like this, change this, make it more similar. So let's go like that, grab this, grab that. But again, might want to spend more time with it to, make it perfect. But I think that's pretty good. You could see the potential, put it that way. It may not be perfect, but you could see the potential. So there you go. Grab this document down below and use AI to make your prompts. That's all it is.